We live in a place, or where our school is at, is in a heavily forested area. And I've had the opportunity to drive the woods all around here, all around Roseburg and the Umpqua Basin, Umpqua Valley, and visited lots of fire ponds. And I know that we want to protect our environment. We want to protect our resources that we have around here. And so that's why it's very important that we can be aware of where are potential fires when they occur. And how do we locate those very quickly? Well, what we're going to show you right now is an example of how, or what's used to how to locate particular trouble spots maybe within a forested area. So let's imagine I have two lookout towers. I have lookout tower A, or Alpha, and lookout tower Bravo. And I know for sure that those two lookout towers are 20 miles apart. So say one evening I'm out on the balcony of the fire cabin, and I notice off in the distance something burning. And I'm able to calculate the angle of where that's at, and I'm able to give you a bearing. So let's say that over here at cabin A, I spot this fire out there, and I see that it's roughly at a heading or a bearing of north 50 degrees east. So you remember how to do bearings? So let's go ahead and draw this sight line to the fire. North 50 degrees east means that I take 50 degrees from this north-south line in the easterly direction. So this angle right there is 50 degrees. My colleague is over at base camp Bravo, Fire Station Bravo, and they notice that the fire as well, and they're able to see it, and they're able to go ahead and give me a bearing as well, being north 36 degrees west. So that's the information that we have available to us. Can we have a good idea how far away that fire is from our stations? Well, let's figure out what we can do. Well, the first thing that we can do is start to figure out what the internal triangles are. Because at some point, I want to find this distance right there, and that distance, well, that's an A, and that distance right there. Let's make that a lowercase a just to be consistent with everything else we've been doing. Those are the distances I want to find. And you're already looking at that going, well, wait a minute, Willie, yeah, that looks like the triangle that we've been working at all through this section. All right, but first thing we got to do is remember the bearings. Remember that this first one right here, I know what this angle is. I have to find this inside angle, which is 40 degrees. And then likewise over here, that interior angle would be 90 minus 36, which is what, 54? I have 54 degrees. And then for fun, I can find this angle up there, which is 86. 50 plus 50, or 40 plus 54 is 94. Subtract that from 180, gives me 86 degrees. All right, from there, I want to find B and A. I can use my sine ratios, my law of sines. And so I can use one that tells me that this is my C. This is my length of C. Those are two things that I know. So we can do C over the sine of C equals B over the sine of B. I don't know the length of B or the distance B. So let's solve that for B. So that becomes C times the sine of B divided by the sine of C equals that. I know my input values as 20. Sine of B, which is 54. Sine of C is 86, or the sine of 86 degrees. That equals that length. Need a black box. That equals 20 times sine 54 divided by sine 86. And that equals 16.2. So I know that I have from base camp, which one I solved? Base camp B. Nope, from base camp A, because I solved for B. From base camp A, the fire is 16.2 miles away. And then to find the other one, Let's solve for A. And we can likewise do A over sine of A equals B or C. Yeah, let's do C since that's what we already did. C over sine of C. Solve that for A. So A equals C, 20 miles, times the sine of A, 40 degrees, all over sine of C. Twenty times sine, 20 times sine 40 divided by sine 86. 12.9 miles. I think I have some good information to pass along to those that are going to go out there and go directly to the fire and put that out or start providing attention to it. And what I think is awfully cool, and I hope you guys do too, is just this is math that we can work through. This is math that we can do. It's math that we can understand, and it's math that is useful.